be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna 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 be a good day. Yo, set your affirmations, that's
with the power of nature can bring you to the end of your life. And you should know by my stride and the look in my eyes that you're about to be massively forced to give up. Chicken attack, chicken attack. But you're back before it face to black. They may look harmless but them can more chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Not gonna fly, you want the sky. With the power of nature, you're never alone, and you can't let it alone. Every beast, every tree follows me to the end, and you're about to be massively. Chicken attack, chicken attack. Watch your back before it face the black. They may look harmless but them can more chicken ass. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Not gonna fly, you on the sky. You're young and you're hungry, perhaps short on money. I give you this chicken today. It's eggs for your dinner, it's legs for next winter. You won't have to steal again. Go chicken go, go chicken go. Now gonna fly, you on the sky.
What's up, what's down? Tell me something going round. Let's discuss the light of day. Spitting truth, come with me. What's up, what's down? Nothing's ever out of bounds. There has to be a better way. Always something of a better play. Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack Day, Hero Shack, baby things. Hero Shack, hey, Hero Shack, yeah. Hero Shack, daily things.
Holy cow, you wouldn't believe it. We barely got in tonight. How you doing, everybody? My name is Chris Tamulevich, creator and writer-artist of The Great Cyclopean. Right now, we are funding for issue 7 on fundmycomic.com. Waiting on Diana to join us. And we'll just do our little updates. Today went really well. We did the final read-through of issue 7 before it goes to press. And did our final touch-ups. I think it looks great. Every issue I say it's the best one yet. This one's the best one yet. Although I've already started 8 and I'm implementing new standards, which are working out really well. Of course, the Titans of Justice Ashcan is still in progress, though I put it a little bit on the back burner because there's little chance of hitting the $5,000 mark in a day or so. I think we have about 36 hours left. And the stretch goal for that is 1,000. Right now, let's see, I'll pull up the files. Right now, we are at 23 backers, $2,085. Thank you guys. We're at 209% funded, which is literally the best we've done. I can't thank anybody enough. But we're still going. We're going. It says 1 day to go. Ends March 2nd, or rather March 12th, which is actually Tuesday. So I'm not sure how it's doing its little equation, but we'll see. We'll see when this thing kicks off for the last time. There's plenty to back. There's plenty to see. And of course, you can read issues 1 through 6 over at HeroShack.com, which a lot of people have called crazy, but I think it's a good thing. You'll see exactly what you're getting into. And hopefully you'll be able to recognize the progression and the writing and the art, because that's the whole goal, right? Every issue, you got to get better. So that's my little update for the campaign today. We did pick up a backer yesterday. That was awesome. So as we wait for Diana, I think I will pull up a little scripture, because that's what we like to do on Sunday nights. Here we go. So this is out of the Tree of Life version. And I was thinking about, Comicsgate and independent comics and all the drama and all the backstabbing and heinous things that we see happening. So out of 1 Peter 3, starting with verse 8. Finally, all of you be harmonious, sympathetic, brotherly, tenderhearted, humble-minded. Do not repay evil for evil or insult for insult, but give a blessing instead. It is for this reason you were called, so that you might inherit a blessing. For the one who loves life, wanting to see good days, must keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. He must turn away from all evil and do good. He must seek shalom and pursue it. For the eyes of Adonai are on the righteous, and his ears open to their prayer. But the face of Adonai is against those who do evil. Who is going to harm you if you are eager to do good? But even if you should suffer for what is right, you are blessed. Do not be afraid or worry about their threats. Instead, sanctify Messiah as Lord in your hearts. Always be ready to give an answer to anyone who asks you a reason for the hope that's in you. Yet with humility and reverence, keeping a clear conscience, so that whatever you are accused of, those who abuse you for your good conduct in Messiah may be put to shame. For it is better to suffer for doing good, if it is God's will, than for doing evil. And yeah, I wanted to just look at that. It was spawned off the verse of the day, but that whole passage really just makes me think about how people are not acting lately. Hey, what's up, Diana?
Hello. Sorry,
How are
I was a few minutes late. I'm good. It's Sunday, and it's good. It's
Well,
Sunday.
I just read 1 Peter 3:15.
I was listening.
And I also already covered the Great Cyclopean, which is doing, quite well. We got another backer.
Yeah, we got another couple backers, I think.
Yeah, we're up to 209% funded.
Yeah.
Rah,
amazing.
happy day.
Yeah,
And,
very cool.
And yeah, I'm just reading the scripture and feeling a little convicted, because I'm one to snap off snarky, but I'm also thinking, wow, times are crazy because I don't think anybody's doing that right now.
What's that?
You know, trying to be peaceful and harmonious and loving and good for the sake of the Messiah. You know,
I try. I just fail often.
well, I mean, like in
What?
verse 8, it says, finally, all of you be harmonious, sympathetic, brotherly, tenderhearted, humble minded. Do not repay evil for evil or insult for insult, but give a blessing instead.
Right.
And yet we know
Mhm.
things, at least in the comic book circles, have not
Yep.
been harmonious, sympathetic, or brotherly.
That's
They're
true.
definitely not tenderhearted and humble minded. I don't think so.
Yeah.
They are repaying evil for evil, insult for insult. And there's very little blessings going around.
Well, I am very thankful that that particular community is a very, very small percentage of the entire world. So we can praise God for that. It's only a handful of people that we're aware of.
The problem is
Yeah.
they are
Well,
part of our world or my world, because if I want to stay in touch with what's going on in comics, I read about these people. I see these people in clips. I hear about it. And I know it doesn't make sense, but it does pain me to see the ridiculousness thing, the things that are happening.
Yeah.
From perverts to pedophiles to weird stuff like people who enjoy looking at bestiality cartoons and lolly stuff and just.
But why are we in this community? Can't we just move from it? Like, I don't want to stay.
Well, really, because I don't know where else the community goes. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's very difficult to be communal, I guess. It's difficult to have connections like this. To be in a community where, you can be growing, loving, harmonious, supportive, and yet still fight for your own company, your own comic, your own ideas.
Well, I am, as you're talking and sharing your heart, I'm actually Googling comic book community for YouTube, and I'm making a list of new shows that I haven't heard of.
Will you check it?
Yes.
Will you check it twice?
I will check it twice. Yeah.
All right, you got to find out which ones are naughty and which ones are nice.
I will definitely. That is my mission. That is my mission.
I'm trying to cheer up a little because I'm trying not to be so negative.
So I just found when it says the Comic Book Club, it's got over 13,000 followers. And it is held it's a comic book podcast held every Tuesday. There's a live talk show.
Oh.
Okay. So it's a talk show. Are we called a podcast? Is this what we do?
No, I don't know what we do.
Okay.
I think a podcast is mostly audio. I don't think it's video at all.
Do you know Pete LePage or Justin Hyler and Alex Zeldin?
Not personally. No.
Have you heard of them before?
Honestly, no? Yeah, about 30 seconds ago.
Okay. So I'm going to check them out. But anyways, let's keep chatting. I'm going to look for a new community.
All right. Okay. Well, I think part of it is going to be with issue 8. We need to direct. We talked about this with 7 and didn't really do anything because it's kind of like, what do you do? We're still learning it, right?
Right.
We need to direct whatever resources we can, be it from Prophet of 7 or, digging into the old pocketbook. But we need to find a way to, even if it's advertising on these shows.
Okay.
On the podcast, maybe we can even buy advertising. I don't know. What it's going to take to break in, but we need to break in.
Okay. So again, I don't know the content of these, but I'm just, as we're talking, because I agree. I think it seems like we're in a very small community.
And for my little heart and mind, that's not healthy. It's not healthy. Unless it's a very positive, happy, loving community.
Yeah.
It becomes very contentious. And now it's to a point where who do you trust?
Right.
Like there's such a dark cloud over so many people that are in the same sphere that we've tried to be in. I don't even think we're really in it, because if we were, we'd have viewers all the time. We'd have a lot more going on. And it's like I'm watching them all just kind of implode. Like I could go over all of it, but it seems every time there's like two sides fighting, and every time one side gets a leg up, another side something comes out that's either as bad or worse. It's like every day it's a new oh my gosh moment, you know. Now
Mhm.
tomorrow I think it is Yaira from Ripper Press, or what's that called? Ripperverse. Yaira comes out tomorrow. And you
Uh-huh.
just know all that's going to start new drama. It already has, as people make fun of everything that they put out about her.
Right. Right.
And I kind of feel bad because no matter what's in that book, it's probably going to get slammed by people who don't like Eric, no matter what. So it's kind of like just a negative, you know, it's just negative. It's just bah. And I don't
Well,
like bah. I'm sick of bah.
well, you do spend a lot of time on the X, so that
The
is where you
X.
get a lot of your stuff from.
X.
I
Well,
don't.
admittedly, though, I like it a lot more than Facebook.
Hmm.
I mean, Facebook is just, you know, was a different experience for me that I didn't care for at all.
Hmm.
Although I've never been banned on Facebook.
Yeah, but you know, you kind of keep a. How about Reddit?
Reddit, I think, is a nightmare from what I understand. Far worse than X.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. It's more underground than anything. You know, like that's where you'll go and find all sorts of insanity
Hmm.
on both sides of the spectrum, left and right.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just feel like we've been stuck in this particular community for quite some time now, and I'm open to just looking around, like making our circle a little bigger. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start doing that.
We
But as
also
far
need to,
as what's that?
because I insist on streaming nightly, we'll need to start to come up with some programming too. We have
Yeah.
talked about doing like a retro gaming night. Um,
Hmm.
we're kind of doing a God night.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Like Wednesday nights has always been comics,
Hmm.
but I think we just need to start planning out a schedule, something we
And
can build up
for anybody that's out there watching, if you have ideas that you would like to see Chris and I
of.
conquer, tackle, talk about, drop us a note.
Well,
Xbox,
I'm
I mean,
trying to
Xbox.
think. Like we also, this is really hard to say, but since nobody's here, it's okay. But we also
Hmm.
have to start thinking about like even connection quality and the quality of the conversations.
Hmm.
Because when there's like too much delay or bad connection, it really does affect the viewership.
Hmm.
Like you can literally watch the counts go down when everything starts screwing up,
Hmm.
and that's not good. Not for what we
No,
want to do, at least.
I know.
Like, do we
I know.
have bad connection night? You know, like so everybody knows it's all going to be all weird, or I don't know. Is it beyond like the scope of what I should worry about?
Yeah. No, I don't think
I
so.
don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I mean, no
you,
one wants to be a jerk, but yeah,
I mean,
at the same time,
you're
you also want to
so
make.
like close to all this stuff that I'm definitely more detached from the emotional aspect of comic books. For
I'm
you,
not
comic
sure I
books
like
are
the way
such a
that sounds.
well. You grew up with them. You look at comic books. I mean, I remember when we first met, you were saying that Stan Lee was like your dad. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Well, he
it's
was
so
like
deep
the
in you. Comics are so deep in you. Like you have such a strong emotional connection that you're easily um, You get upset easily when you see all these stupid shenanigans going around from whatever it is. Everybody's got something up their butt and they want to talk about it. And yeah, some of it's got some validity, but the way they carry it on, I'm like, dear God. You know,
Well, it's
but
been, the last 5 years have been an eye opener because while there are still people out there who absolutely do believe in, making comics for all ages, for kids, for that market, there were a lot more people I had no idea that didn't want anything to do with it.
right.
You know what I mean? It's all about either making money or making content that I otherwise don't think I could like pull off.
Right.
Not
Right.
because of talent, but because it's just not in my blood to write like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Cluster Fudge is a mature book, but even then, it doesn't have that same. I don't know. It's just it just comes down to who I am versus what I read. I guess
Right.
it's
I mean,
difficult because it's weird because you should belong in a certain circle and you just don't.
right.
I should belong in that circle. I should be one of those guys.
Well,
I grew
yes.
up that way. I mean, I certainly think that was where I was. I don't know though. Now that I'm in the comics and I'm doing it,
Right.
I'm not that guy,
Right.
I don't think there's anything wrong with not being that guy. I'm just not built that way.
Mm-hmm.
So fortunately, it looks like it's quite quiet tonight.
Mm-hmm.
If we go
I
to
have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, honey. 7 places we're going to check out.
Cool. But if we go till 8:30 without a guest in chat, we're going to close this baby down early.
All right. I'll finish my
Okay.
novel. Finish my
Oh.
wine. Ooh. No, but it is called Daily Thing, so we're just checking in. We're excited that tomorrow night, I think we're streaming at 8:00. Mr.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That should be our last stream before the book closes.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm very excited about that.
Oh yeah.
I just
I had to get up and let Hook in. He was at the door just screaming.
well,
Studio etiquette, right?
Yeah. Chewy's down here with me.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here making notes on possibly new YouTube channels that we can sub to and hopefully build a relationship with. I have a couple kid ones. I don't know how good they are, but that's really where
we got to start, right? I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe that means we stream earlier and have a whole different format, or do some days much earlier now than others.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I like having conversations that are adult based. It's just not all conversations should be, they're not all conversations should be for kids, unless that's like the exclusive role that you're playing in life.
Hi, Tony.
Oh, Cap, what's up, man?
Did you see what he wrote?
Of course I did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just hanging out, doing a little bit of the daily check-in. So issue 7 went through its final read today.
Yep.
Touch-up read. Diana's going to do one more final to make sure all the touch-ups were done.
Yep.
And then it's off to the presses.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, baby. I'm ready.
I'm excited. Some of our quote-unquote bling is on its way. It'll be coming in soon. So yeah, I'm very excited and looking forward to my most fun part is like mailing out the packages, because then I'm like, okay, hopefully somebody will respond favorably and say, this is awesome. Or I hope somebody responds and they're like, what the freaking, what is this? Bleep, 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 bleep. Either way.
It's very rare to get a true honest blasting from somebody. And I can honestly say I only got it something like that once, and that was when Cluster Fudge came out, and Wiggle blew it to bits. And that was an experience for me because it wasn't that the work wasn't good. It wasn't that it wasn't, impressive. It's that he was looking for a hero story, and that's not what he got. And I was like, oh man, look at that. Because like reader sensitivity is not something I've really had to worry about a lot. Because really, without feedback, you don't know if you're triggering or not.
Right.
I definitely got
Terry.
that from
Terry came in.
Hello, Terry.
He said it's time, as in true Terry-like fashion, Diana, it's time to find a comic series that you might like. And I said, you're funny. I said, I like The Great Cyclopean, of course. I like that one. I do read
I like
that one.
that answer, babe. That's a good promo answer. That's good.
It's not even a promo answer. It is the one series I can say, despite being the editor, quote unquote, I don't even like that title, but despite being I like this title better, beta reader. I really do like the series. And
I'm really glad you do. If you'd like to back it.
Oh, it's a nice segue, honey.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. I'm working on it, I'll have business cards made up for issue 8 that are electronic. I'm going to start going gimmicks. Oh boy, you want to see something? You want to see something?
What?
Who came in? Yep. Hook has come for his claiming. Look at the camera, Hook.
He's so goofy.
He wants to sit on my arms.
Of course he does. Look at that.
And he's the biggest one. He likes to come up, sit on my forearm, no matter what I'm doing.
Look at, I did it twice like an idiot.
Well, honey, it's in the description too.
I know.
Let me see. In fact, I can do this with it. No, I can't do that with it. I have to do it from a different channel. I'll pin it to the board, to the top of the chat.
Okay.
It looks like it only went once, even though you sent it twice.
Oh, that's weird.
No, that would be them fixing it on the fly and realizing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. No, it's a bad link. I'm going to take that off.
Oh, man. Sorry, guys.
Excuse me. Let's see.
So we just literally finished dinner. The dishes are still in my sink, which is making me crazy. We had steak, and I had red wine and steak, and Chris had a Pepsi. Just filling you in on the daily things of our lives. So yeah, so we just finished eating. I took a 2-hour nap too. That was nice with my dogs. Almost finished my novel.
Yeah, they enjoyed it. They were down with it. Hello?
Yep. Yes,
Yeah.
I know. I was reading. I can't read and talk at the same time. Yes, Terry. Actually, I'm familiar with I think it's the Shoujo series manga. I think, isn't that what Larissa read? I think it is. My daughter is a big manga reader, so if you give me some titles and stuff, I'll write them down and I'll ask her about them too. So yeah, so daily things. I hope everybody out there had a fantastic day and were able to take a little break for themselves and their crazy.
Ours was kind of sleepy. We had a lot of napping, a lot of drawing, quiet drawing.
You did a lot, but I was out in the yard. I fixed the old screen house. Yep, getting ready to set up the hot tub. Get that baby fired up. So that took about an hour and a half.
Thrilling.
Not that everybody out there really wants to know, but see, you said Hero Shack daily things, and we are Hero Shack. You drew.
Yeah,
I did stuff around. Our dogs and our cats were crazy. I took the girls my dogs. I call them the girls for a walk. We call the cats the kitties, or the babies because they're still babies. And hey, guess what? The Great Cyclopean. Guess what, guys? The Great Cyclopean 7. It ends tomorrow. It actually ends Tuesday at 11:30 a.m. But tomorrow is our last night.
Tomorrow on the thing, so it's weird.
I know. but I think it's just the timing. So it ends tomorrow. We're just going with it ends tomorrow. If you happen to check it out Tuesday morning and it's still up and running, please feel free to back it.
Back that book.
Yeah.
We have had quite a few people back it that I wasn't aware of or expecting. And I'm very happy with that. A couple of return customers popped up. Of course, Mantown showed up with full colors again. You guys are incredible.
Mantown, we love you guys.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you, really. I mean, well, we could do it, but not like we've been doing it.
Hey, remember, I'm doing a creative nonfiction piece on Mantown. I feel that our audiences, people that watch us may be interested in that.
I think so.
Some of the characters in our book are from Mantown.
So has that gone anywhere? Are you actively writing that, or?
No. I haven't. I'm waiting for this campaign to finish up so I can focus on that. Because for me, like, you do everything up until the campaign is over. Then it's all me. It's all packing and ordering all the stuff. And so I have like a busy week or two. You have like months of what you do. I come in at the last minute and say, all right, I got it under control. This is great. And I just pack and I go to the post office and I do all that. So I'm gearing up for that. And once that is finished, I am going to write some questions to write this creative nonfiction piece on Mantown. I am talking to Captain Orr's amazingly beautiful wife, who I adore so much, Miss Stephanie. And I'm giving the questions to her, and she's going to farm it out to her little coconuts, which means the guys in Mantown. So I have a plan. I haven't forgotten it, but I kind of work at my own pace, and it's like a turtle. I'm like a turtle when it comes to creative stuff. Unlike you, my loving husband. Okay, so Terry Terry was giving me some suggestions from manga. So we've got Sailor Moon. Manga Sailor Moon Vampire. I probably would like that. I'm familiar with Sailor Moon. My beautiful daughter-in-law likes Sailor Moon, and I think my daughter did as well when she was younger. And then Princess Miyu, maybe. I don't know how to pronounce it, but all right, Terry, I am going to check those out, and I will let you know as soon as I can. Remember, I move like a snail. Now I'm a snail. Do you think that a turtle is faster than a snail? Can anybody in the chat tell me that?
I do not think so. Oh, wait, faster than? Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I've reduced myself to a snail now because
I'm having a real problem here. This freaking cat is trying to knock over my computer. He's rubbing his head into the monitor, which is, as you know, paper thin.
Yep. You opened the door.
I had to. He was out there screaming.
I'm very excited about the project, though. I'm very excited that we did as well with this, like, Great Cyclopean 7.
Right.
We seem to be gaining a fan base, which is exciting because we want people to get into the story. We want people to enjoy it. You know,
well, especially coming up on as we get closer to issue 12 and the big climax and stuff. It's going to be exciting to watch, you know, people understand and figure out exactly what's happening.
It's
I have approached a writer who shared with me an idea for a character that he had that I'm thinking about adding to the Great Cyclopean as a backup story. I could do it in 4 installments.
Like the last 4?
Actually, I could do it with the last 4 issues of the first 12-issue story arc.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I thought you meant. Like add it to the back of each book. Is what you're thinking?
Right. Is what I'm thinking. But we'll see. I haven't heard back from him yet. I'm pretty sure it won't be a problem, but you know, you never know.
Right.
And I would be radically doing some rewriting to work the character into the universe, but nothing.
Yeah, but you can do it.
Yeah. Well, I've already got few ideas.
So what happens to the ash can then? Wait a minute.
The ash can is going to be completed. However, it's not going to go out with this campaign, obviously.
Right. Right.
which
Well,
is kind of good 'cause that means I have more time to work with it. But
yeah. So we are
unless we hit
probably
5,000 in the next day, which I highly doubt.
yeah, we're not doing that. But
Well, you never know. All it takes is the right promotion, the right, the right share, the right link.
yeah, well, I'm on that. But yeah. So I'm excited because when you told me about this possibility of this new character coming in and you said maybe I'll do like a 10 page or something at the end of each upcoming Cyclopean.
Yeah, I'm thinking it would probably be more like 6 pages, so it ends up being a 24 page, which ultimately would be
Oh yeah,
the
I
size
like
of
that.
the comic anyways.
Mhm.
And
Now
actually be reprinted as its own comic.
would this character be sort of rolled into Titans and all of that in your next upcoming series? Or
Well, I don't think there's a next upcoming series. I think his Cyclopean is going to continue, and this character, through an extension, could certainly be part of that. But I'm thinking about creating like a backstory to the character and looking at that first.
right. So do you think that when you get to Great Cyclopean 12, in my mind, as your editor, that ends the Great Cyclopean story as we know it. Then you're planning to branch off as well the two different.
No, I'm actually thinking we'll be doing. My thought is we'll be doing issue 13 of the Great Cyclopean, which will introduce a new story arc. That will
Okay,
include...
wait. This is news to me.
No, it's not.
You never said 13. You said 12. But that's fine. He just muted himself. He's probably yelling at me. Anyway, it's cool. I mean, it's good. So, guys, if you're out there listening and you are a fan of the Great Cyclopean, we are now taking it to possibility of issue 13, adding a new character, which will be introduced, I believe, in the Great Cyclopean. Yep, do you hear him? He's yelling at the cat. Oh,
The
dear
cat
Lord.
just yanked all my electronics off my table.
Okay.
Yeah, I just kicked him out.
Okay. I'm so sorry. Our cats are our kittens, our babies are relentless and they love Chris. And anywhere Chris wants to go, guess who's got to be there? Under his arm, on his back. They're insane.
If I don't pay attention to them, they start yanking stuff off whatever table I happen to be at. And they just yanked off my soundboard, but it's a small, light one. It didn't get broken. It's just, wow. Come on, cat. They've ruined every USB-C cable I have.
Mm-hmm. They
they've
don't like
ruined
the
a couple
fact
of
that you're
adapters.
looking. They don't like the fact that you're looking at a screen and not them.
Yes.
They're going to be going outside soon. I might build them.
Unfortunately, I'm terrified of that, but they will be going out.
I'm
just
thinking of
hoping
getting
they-
them a Catico.
That's not going to cut it.
It will. I'll put it in the dog pen.
Honey, cats don't like those.
They might.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
I just
we
know.
digress.
it's
Are you
something we
back
gotta
now?
go through with
Because
them.
all of a sudden, I was just kind of reframing my own thoughts, saying that this new character you may introduce in a like a 4-part series and 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right?
Right. Yep. And
Okay.
then from there,
Mhm.
you seem to act surprised. But I've always thought it would be issue Cyclopean 13 unless I did something radically different.
Mm-hmm.
But I've yet to commit to what 13 plus is going to look like what it's going to entail.
Mhm. I like that though. I like how you called it 13 plus.
Well, until I know what I'm writing in there, I don't want to commit to like a number, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things we want to do that probably won't get done in 12 issues. There's been things that we've talked about that can still be explored after 12,
Mm-hmm.
such as the Titans of Justice, a new team, new characters, things like that.
Yeah.
but
But
I haven't committed any of those to a plot yet. So it's not like I can say I have it mapped out for this, and that. I don't have it all mapped out after 12 yet. It's not that hard. I mean, writing just comes to me, It's like, okay, what are we going to do? And then just wait for it to come. It comes in rapid fashion, and then you just do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do it.
So, just so you know, I was just kind of looking at the campaign. We're at $2,100.
Whoa, then that means somebody jumped in and put more in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you, somebody.
So, in order for us to give the Great Cyclopean Embroidery Patch, which we never put the image up. Oh my God, we're so bad. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't put the image up. Anyway, we have $400 left in order to give everyone and their stretch goal to make that stretch goal. And we did order them. We were being hopeful. And honestly, if we don't get that stretch goal, which is a very real possibility, we're hoping we do. But if we don't get that stretch goal, then these patches will be sold at the conventions. We have about 4 conventions this year, so we'll still be able to, get them out there. But we'd like to be able to give them to our backers.
I'm looking for the photo you sent me. Did you email it? I thought you messaged it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm, you said? Oh, there it is.
I did. Yeah, I did.
Sent me a PDF.
Yeah.
I hate PDFs.
You want me to give you a JPEG? I have one.
No, I just made a JPEG. Give me a second. I'm just having to jump around a little bit here.
All right.
Jump around.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna sign. I'm actually gonna add it to the page.
Okay.
Even though it's like a little late.
Yeah, it is.
Might as well just put it up there. Campaign. The cats are going nuts.
I hear them.
Yeah, they're headed your way. They've got something.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so I guess I'll put it right here. Let me see.
All right. Well,
insert an image, drop or click, open.
Are we sharing the link tonight or no?
It's up to you, babe. You're the producer.
I don't think we have any people here. Okay, share link.
And it's uploading, and we're waiting. Let's go fund my comic. It's like icy tonic.
I never know how to share the link.
You paste it in the chat.
Oh, the link that we're on? Okay.
Wait a minute. No, do you mean the invite?
Yeah.
You click invite, and then it has like a... It has a thing.
Okay, hold on. I got invite. Okay, I see invite. Oh, copy. It has a link. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Oh my God, you guys. We're doing good tonight. It's Sunday night. All right. I put the link in the chat. If anybody is out there and they would like to pop in and say hello and join the conversation, we are not on late tonight because Miss Diana has things to do for work. And but we did want to
say we're not on what tonight?
Late.
Oh, we're not on late. Late, yes.
Yeah.
Well, we all have work tomorrow. The world.
Carrie's still there. He's probably drawing. No.
Who?
Terry.
Oh, Terry. I thought you said Gary.
No.
I'm like, hi, Gary. All right. So I just added it. Let's see if it came up on the page properly.
Okay.
I gotta get the right link in there. Click that. And if it did, I'll share it so you can see it. And yes, it's in there. So all we should have to do is go here, And great Cyclopean 7. What a campaign this has been.
I know.
2,100 even. Thank you, for ladies
know.
and gentlemen.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know, we've got to like take that higher.
Mm.
We got to go higher. If not tonight, I mean the next campaign. So
Mhm.
there is. Hey, there's my face. Ha ha ha. So there's the embroidery artwork.
Mhm.
It's of a popular pinup that we've done. And there it is. Yeah. That is going to be the awesome embroidered patch.
Yep.
Down there. So it's up.
We're up.
Terry,
How you do?
good. I
Oh,
am. I was just looking at the embroidered patch.
Oh,
We've had the image and we meant to put it up a few weeks back so people could get a visual of what the patch is going to look like. And I forgot. Chris forgot. We're doing good. It's all right. It's up there now. It just might bring us another backer. Huh.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. So, Terry, how are you tonight?
well, I'm doing all right.
Mm-hmm. I'm just like floored by how well we did with this latest campaign.
Hey,
And Chris and I were talking earlier. I don't know if you were listening or you just got in, but about how we need to branch out to our comic book community. We need to branch out. We need to make some new friends.
yeah,
I feel like we've kind of been pigeonholed with the same group of people. This is not against anyone. It doesn't mean a bad. Like, of course, we love you guys, and we're not saying, but we as a company and an online presence need to branch out. And we've been talking a lot about, what is the market for our book, The Great Cyclopean? We know it's kids. Not kids under fourth grade, but fourth grade and up, middle school, high school, and even adults will enjoy it. But we haven't really targeted that market. So I've been doing a search on different YouTube channels that are just for kids comics. There's not many out there. I'll be honest with you. I haven't really found a ton. So I've been doing that since we got online.
Do you know why that is?
No, I don't know why.
Because Western comics let comics go when it came to kids. That's why that is. Right now, there's really not a market that they can see for it. That market is dried up. I think it's going to be reignited.
Unless it's the manga, right?
right. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's the only thing the kids are buying.
Mm-hmm. Well, basically, you have to understand that the Great Cyclopean is basically for boys between the ages of 13 and 18.
What do you mean I have to understand that? No, I don't.
No, I'm talking about that's the market that's going to buy it.
I want to spread it.
As far as kids go, that's the market that's going to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if they even buy it, I'm hoping I don't even know how this is going to work because I'm not sure if comics are ever going to come back in a big way of buying. I don't know if it's going to be like, I seriously suspect it's all going to come down to merchandise and stuff. You got to get their interest enough to get them to buy the merchandise. And I don't know if it's going to be like that you make your money on the books. Not that you don't sell books, but like, it seems to me there's more money in getting them to buy T-shirts and action figures and God forbid pop than there is in the actual book. So like the books are the main attraction that start the whole thing and keep it the lifeblood. But like if we want to send baby Dante to college, I better sell some T-shirts. And I'm not saying that because that's like, I'm not saying it as a negative, but it just seems to me like that's really where money is, not where minds, hearts, and all that stuff. That's a whole nother, blessed story. But if we're looking and talking about, making money, I think that might be the way. I just don't know.
Do you know the age of the average comic reader in America?
Oh, right now, no, but I think it's in the 40s.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not good.
Because for a long time, you have to remember that everyone thought comic books were kid stuff.
Well, that's that's really when I grew up reading them, was they were
Mhm.
still for kids. And now I don't know what it is now. Now it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
What if we use the term graphic novel? Do you know that kids are more apt to read a graphic novel than a comic book?
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the thing is, if you've ever seen a manga volume, something like, which is basically a miniature telephone book. If you get the weekly magazine, or the individual volume, which has a minimum of 10 to 15 chapters in it.
Right.
Yeah. It would be like putting, a couple of your books together. Like issues.
No, they put even more. They put even more into theirs, but we will be able to get like a sense of that. Not the same amount though, unless we wait like years.
Right.
And there's no way to match that output. Number one, they've got years behind them, but then they also have like, real teams going at it, like, and they all pretty much draw the same style. It's all it's a factory for them. And I'm not putting them down for it. It's just how they do it,
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen
So,
like
Joey's in
resistance
the
to factories in the West. Hey, Joey.
Joey's in the chat, and he made a really valid point. You sell a brand, not a book. The book is
Yep.
just how to deliver your brand.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're talking about, right? So
Mm-hmm.
brand sells on merchandise, it sells on, other things, but the book is still the book is important, but it's not where you get your cheese, it's not where you get the cheddar.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, you can always get lucky and have a hit book that goes, catastrophically high, but the odds are you'll be blessed to have a good selling book, let alone,
Mhm.
a
That's
super
true.
hit.
That's true.
That's-
It's sad but true. But yeah, so we are, really trying to refine things here at Hero Shack so that we can take it to the next level.
I'll take this for instance.
Hmm.
This little book has 22 chapters in it.
Mm-hmm.
Each chapter is put out weekly.
How
That's the
thick is that?
difference.
How thick is it?
Yeah.
How thick is it? That's how thick that is.
Yep.
That's how thick that is.
And to put it out weekly, they got to have a lot of people working on it, right?
Now, the individual chapters are like between 16 and 24 pages.
Is it done by the same author?
Yep.
Hmm.
Done by the same author and his assistants.
There it is. The
They
assistant.
hire it because the stories are put out on a weekly. Yeah,
Yep.
you need assistants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then assistants eventually submit their own to the weekly magazine, and it goes on from there. If they
Get assistants.
they submit a one shot, and then it goes from there.
Okay.
It always starts as a one shot.
Mm-hmm. So that is like a community of creators
Yeah.
coming together,
Yeah.
But you see, they've got something the West used to have as well, and that is the like network of veterans building up and the younger guys coming up underneath them,
Right.
Right.
We used to have that. And when comics started becoming a stepping stone to Hollywood, so like people would go there to show they could write or maybe show they could direct or draw a story or whatever they're doing, they weren't using comic books the same way comic books used to be used. You know,
The other thing you have to be aware of is this. Each week, these stories are ranked by the readers.
yeah, in that one, right? In the
Yeah.
is that Shogun
Mm.
or Shogun? What's that book called?
Yeah. Shonen.
Shonen.
Shonen
Thank you.
Jump.
Yep.
If you get popular enough, it will be recommended for an anime.
Yeah. More than likely.
hmm
Let's see. Hey, Joe S. I hope that's our Joe S.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Oh yeah,
Finally joined. By the way, it's Shonen.
It's
Thank
Shonen, right? That's what I thought.
Shonen. Yeah.
Shonen.
Remember,
Is that
I'm a
the same as?
huge anime nerd.
Listen, Joe.
Welcome
is that
to the
the
club,
same
my
as
friend.
Shonen Jump?
Shonen
Correct.
Jump. Exactly.
My daughter Larissa has the entire collection from
Yeah.
when she was
There's
like a middle schooler.
There's also Kodansha, which produces Ghost in the Shell, Battle Angel Alita, and a few others.
Mhm.
Chris, something before the conversation you were talking about, and just kind of as a whole, when I was working at comic book shops and whatnot, I will say I primarily was able to get people involved and catch up as well by just doing trade paperbacks, just selling people on like, hey, here's a book. You get basically, because most stories go on like 6-issue runs, 6 to 12
Yep.
issue runs.
Mhm.
You end
Yep.
up getting that. That's everything that they need, and they don't feel like they're catching up on like a weekly contribution thing.
Mm.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when looking at the manga, I don't know what you want to call them, digests. The amount of pages they can put into it is phenomenal. But I don't think that's feasible for, like, I'd be putting out a book every 5 years at that rate.
Well, it's also
Mm.
black and white.
Yeah, that's true too. Although, God, I'm having so much fun drawing the Titans Ashcan. I might start doing black and white.
Mhm.
It's just, it's so different.
Yeah.
They use
Not
primarily
really.
like a lot of shade, like for One Punch Man especially, because huge fan of One Punch actually.
Mhm.
That artist is basically doesn't have to write so much because
Mhm.
it's actually based off of a web series comic that was poorly drawn, and he's doing is just applying.
Redrawing what one did.
Yep, redrawing and kind of like they have like a speech writer like go for each of the contexts, and they just have a quick plan, team it out, and they are not exactly underpaid.
Right.
No.
So I have to
Nope.
be honest here. One Punch, I had no understanding of. In fact, when I saw drawings of it, I thought, "Oh, that's a silly animation or manga thing, right?" I saw the Netflix live series, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I was like,
You're
"Oh,
thinking
I
of One
like
Piece.
this." What's that?
I think
You're
you might
thinking
be
One
thinking
Piece.
of One Piece.
You're thinking One
Yeah.
Piece.
Oh, that's different. Yes, I am
Yeah.
thinking. See, I'm so out of touch, but I did love One Piece.
Yeah, One Piece is
One Piece is-
infamous for how long it is.
One Punch is the guy in the yellow suit, bald head.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I got my guys messed up. Sorry about that.
He's a it's a parody series.
Mhm.
Just kind of making fun of like the superhero genre in general, because the like all anime for a while, whether it be isekai or whatever, they have like a deep fascination with a lot of Western media, whether it be
Yeah.
like RPGs, whatever.
Yeah.
And superhero shows, like superhero stuff, especially was kicking off, and it's kind of just making fun of that, like with an added anime twist. Because everyone's treating everything so seriously, and there's a guy who just wants to be a superhero for fun, and he's one-shotting everything, but it's incredibly boring to him. So it's just
Mhm.
the story about everybody around him.
Right. Well, I've seen a
Basically, it
couple
just
of-
asks the question, what happens next after the hero completes his journey and becomes the strongest one there is? What happens next?
Yep.
And Saitama found out that it's very boring.
It's great. It
Mhm.
genuinely is
So
good.
much that I can catch up on.
It's
So-
funny, but at the same time, you have to agree with them on that one.
So Joey, I don't know if you heard Chris and I were talking about like the comic book market for
Yeah.
kids, for elementary school kids, for middle school kids. Most of them that I know, they call it a graphic novel. Right. So, and a lot of them are into manga. A lot are into manga.
Yep.
The one question Chris and I keep going back and forth with is like, how do we get into that market with the Great Cyclopean? Because it is a great book. It's a fun book. And I know when we show it to kids, and I have some, I've actually donated some to the school for the Title I program and stuff like that. But the kids really love it. I mean, they're genuine. They're not like, oh, this is really cool. They're like, oh my God, this is so cool. How do we, do you have any suggestions on what Chris and I can do to make that,
I just say from my personal experience, working like just through that,
Yeah.
I would probably say what you're doing is already on the right path.
Okay.
But just like making it available, if you have, let's see, because a couple artists actually used to come to the store and do something similar.
Mhm.
What we would end up saying is if you have like any kind of open market appeal, like if you end up having town square kind of vibe, if
Yeah.
you have a audience, say like a teachers union or something,
Mm-hmm.
or if you have like any larger club, expanding that influence.
Mhm.
Remember, the book is the brand. You are giving people the brand, and it goes from there.
Right.
The digital downloads or giving like those free opportunities, at least early, maybe for the first or second issue, whatever.
Mhm.
Introduce kids like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Free gets people's attention. Cheap doesn't. Free does.
Right.
Mhm.
No, we were told that from early on.
Mhm.
You know what? Give some of your stuff away. So Chris has been a huge fan of that, and like even with having it available on our website right now, Great Cyclopedia
Mhm.
126. We just push all our kids, like we tell the parents that, hey, check that out. And if they want to buy a book, they can hit Chris and I up, personally if they see us, or they can order it through, I believe.
Well,
the
what
website.
what has been happening?
How
and
often do you promote your website? That's the other thing.
me constantly, but to the
Yeah.
kids, probably
Yeah.
every club
Yeah.
because they always ask for a book, and I always remind
Hmm.
them go to
I know,
Euroshack.com.
do you promote it in the school you work in? That's what I'm asking you.
Yeah,
No,
we do.
not- well,
Well,
no,
not
not
like
while
in
I'm
the
working.
school. I
Yeah.
have sent letters to all the children that are participating in the Comic Creator Club. I have
Okay.
sent like stuff that, and so because kids are now coming up to us and saying, we had a parent this past week ask where can she buy the books. So I've
Mhm.
sent that information and whatnot.
I will say too. Sorry, not to interrupt.
Nope, that's fine.
Just ease of access is the main thing. If
Yeah.
you, I mean, I ended up buying Melvin. Took me all of 2 minutes to put that up in Barnes and Noble, grab it out, got and go.
Yeah.
Already at my house. Haven't read it yet, but
Mhm.
but that was
Yeah.
a real quick process. Like if
Mhm.
Cyclopean was like grouped up at 6 issues,
Mhm.
6 issues as a block,
Mhm.
put on like a ease of access like that. That's
Yeah.
also pretty simple. I mean,
Yeah. We've talked about doing that too. And
Well,
actually,
we've actually had that on Amazon, but I don't think Amazon was getting the traffic we needed. We're switching over
It's
to Ingram Spark, which will get us in all the the Walmarts, the
Barnes and Noble,
Noble.
Walmart, and everything like that.
Yeah.
So we are in the
We've been
process.
doing the Amazon thing, and like we've had some sales there, but to be honest, I'm not entirely happy with how Amazon sends their stuff out. So I'm hoping Ingrid is better. Ingram.
You have to understand, Amazon is mainly online.
correct.
Well, all of these stores, even their Barnes and Noble, everything is online. But people are more familiar with Barnes and Noble
Mhm.
and Walmart than they are like Amazon or Ingram Spark. So Ingram's-
Amazon's ease of just like picking up. I mean,
Mhm.
people have direct this and that, but
Mhm.
it's site simplicity. That's
Mhm.
that's also another thing, and traffic.
Mhm.
How Amazon promotes things compared to Barnes and Noble. I mean, Barnes and Noble has a rotation system,
Right.
and Amazon uh, has a keyword
Right.
uh,
Exactly.
relation. So
Right. And so they're both different. The
Mhm.
one thing we found when we did the numbers for the Great Cyclopean 7, in our mind, we were still using Amazon for us to transfer to do. And that's what we were going to do it. But then we found, like, you know what? Ingram Sparks has more to offer, but it also is a little bit more money than to get the books printed through than Amazon. So
Mhm.
for Great Cyclopean 7, we're kind of stuck, we feel, with Amazon because we price the books. And until we get one of our books up and loaded to Ingram Sparks to find out what the actual cost is, so we can, price it for Great
And we
Cyclopean.
actually they have more options.
Yeah,
I'd
and they have a
like to
lot
see
more
what
options,
their
Krista.
options look like.
Yeah.
So we need to order like sample books, but they
So
have
we
like
are the
papers, they
point
have
of
3 different finishes.
Mhm.
You don't have all that with Amazon. You have like
Right.
2.
So the point I guess I'm making is that we are doing
Yeah.
some internal changes here. And and you're right, Joey, the thing that we're doing with the Comic Creative Club, and we've been invited to another school district, by the way. We're going out on March 26th.
Okay.
Chris is doing a presentation at the school. I
March
have to come up
26th, I need to make sure I don't have any testing.
No, you shouldn't. It starts in April.
That's great. You keep saying that, but you don't understand. All right.
All right. But yeah, if you can't make that date, that's fine. We'll just reschedule it. But what I was saying is that we have to come up with a flyer and get it approved by the principal so we can distribute it to the kids,
Mhm.
the website. So we have that
Yeah.
also coming up. And we have, like I said, 4 different Comic Cons this year. And those are always,
Well, you can do something. Here's a better idea for you.
Hmm.
Ooh, create a newsletter for it. That way, you can put your
with
website on it, and the kids will pick it up themselves. Talk to the
with
parents about
love,
it. What?
newsletters are kind of like an early 2000s pop up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as popular nowadays. You'll be more likely to get more attention is like I get notifications on YouTube whenever this pops off. That's why I'm
Yeah.
on here as
Right.
frequently. Those kind of digital
Mhm.
downloads,
Mhm.
newsletters, if they're more than a quick dopamine hit of like something you can look at for 6 seconds that pop up frequently enough,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be buried under everything else that everyone's getting.
Yeah. That's one of the areas that I feel, Joe, that we really struggle with. Like all of that you just said. Like, I know there's a whole world out there that you put stuff, and I've looked at the Facebook stuff, the meta suite and stuff, and it's very challenging for me.
I-
So
I'm sorry if like anything I say comes off in a negative light. It's just coming from my experience selling movie comics.
no. This is really good. Actually, it's really good information for Chris and I to have. And next time we come up to visit, we'll have to sit and pick your brain some more, because I feel like that's one of the things that we're missing. The algorithms and all of that, everything that we're not doing what we need to be doing in the online.
Did you get a
area.
verified
Yeah.
Did you get an open press pass at say Boston Comic Con?
No.
Heck no.
I highly recommend doing that. Get a floating press pass, and that gives you authorization without being seen as like any kind of harassment or anything, that you'd be able to give out like sample books or like
No way,
even like they
really?
do on Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, do that.
I did not even
that.
know that was a thing.
Mhm.
Yep.
Wow. All right, young man. I will be like texting your mom. Going,
Speaking
all
of
right,
which, Free Comic Book Day is coming up soon.
isn't it in May?
Usually May 5th.
Yep.
Yes,
May 5th,
First
something like
Sat-
that. Yeah.
first Saturday in May.
I always had military drill on those days, so I never got to participate. So my boss would be like, you're helping out for Free Comic Book Day, right? You're loading up all that." I'm like, nope, my commander needs me more than you."
Free Comic Book Day is kind of cool because DC, I think it is, puts out the cheapest ones. And last year we got a whole bundle of them.
DC, Marvel, and all the
they
major
all do,
publishers put out something.
I'm mentioning DC in specific because remember, Diana, we got a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And we gave them away at our show. We've done our show, what now?
Mm-hmm.
Was this the first one we did or the second?
Right. Right.
Some
No,
stores
not
really
right.
go hard for Free Comic Book Day with a lot of guests and everything. Chase after them. I will tell you for fact 3 ones if you want to write these down.
Yep.
Tell me when you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready. Go ahead.
The first big one I know right off the bat, Double Midnight Comics in Manchester.
Okay.
They get a lot of celebrities and cosplays and everything. Like they make Free Comic Book Day a huge thing. I'm not saying you're going to have enough time this year probably,
Right.
but because Free Comic Book Day I think has like their own commission, how they get everything approved. Also Jetpack Comics, although I'm less familiar with them, I know they're pretty big.
Yep.
And the one that I used to work at that was also pretty big on it was they do a lot of celebrities and crap. Is Mary Mac, like Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Mac Games and Comics. It's in Merrimack, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Trips people up for the name all the time, I swear to God.
I know. It's in Mary Magdalene. Okay.
Like
and I actually tried pimping out like the idea of pushing your book over there to the owner Bob, because I'm tight with him.
Oh, cool.
And he actually grew up with my dad too.
Did he really?
He did.
That'd be awesome. I am. I've written like literally all that down. Now I've got more work to do, reaching out and whatnot.
Also, call me young man one more time, please. Makes me feel better about being over 30 now.
Young man. Well, you are a young man to me. Of course, my children are like 30. I think the kids are coming up on like 32, 33, maybe even 34 now. I'm like, holy macaroni! Where is time at? They were just like teenagers. Like seriously.
I feel like I turned 31. So
31. There you go.
Yeah.
31 is
you guys are all in the same pocket, you know. It's like
you are. It's so funny. We got kids your age, but yeah, and it's nice to hear from your generation because obviously, for me, this is new. Marketing, sales. It's not my area of expertise. Now I've said OT. If you came to me, I could help you with OT stuff. So I'm learning as
well. You know
Chris
what's funny?
learning and stuff, you know?
Since we have a young man with us, I can say this. I finally feel old. Like there are things I don't understand now that I'm like, that's cool. What? But I remember being a young man looking at the old men who were like telling me, for instance, that my long hair, metal head self was just too feminine and girly girl, and
I'm getting
what now? It's like crazy. That's nothing now.
I'm just thinking the Abe Simpson memes, like, I know what it is, and then it was old, and I don't know what it is.
Right.
I'm just scared and confused. I'm like, yep.
Shit changes faster than the wind. And when you hit like over 50, because you have this like natural like tendency to just like desensitize, you just ignore a lot of it. But when you do pay attention, everything is different. It's like, whoa, what happened to the world? Like, don't blink because it's going to change.
Yeah, not too much. According to Back to the Future, they were thinking we'd have flying cars and crap already. Come on.
I know. Oh my God.
Well, they predicted that in the Jetsons.
I know.
What year was the Jetsons?
That was in the 60s.
No, I'm saying like what year was it supposed to be in?
Let's see.
20. I forgot. It was 20 something. I forgot what it was.
I don't know that. Chris, are you looking that up? Because that's a really good question.
2062.
20.
Okay, we got time.
Yeah, we don't have those flying saucers just yet. Not for daily use.
Yeah, I knew it was 20 something, but I'm sure.
Have them.
Hey, I was a kid watching the Hanna-Barbera stuff all the time, and
Oh yeah.
I would end up seeing like dude get his wallet taken away. I'm like, I would look dead ass at mom and dad. I'm like, that's not how it really goes, right? Dad's like, ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
That's so funny. I used to love that show too. I did.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
because of my family arrangement, that fell into the Brady Bunch category. I mean, they had a maid, they had, everything was good in the Jetsons household except for Spacely Sprockets, that guy there.
Oh, George's boss. Yeah.
Yeah. That little guy, he was like, I don't want to say anything. Yeah, but he was a jerk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was he a jerk?
That's all I'm going to keep saying. Yeah. The
Space,
boss?
well,
Yes.
Mr. Spacely represented even though all things change, all things remain the same.
Well, it's a valid point.
Not everything changes. That's basically that.
All right. So I have been emailing.
All sorts of shows.
No. The comic book shops that Joey just gave us. I've been emailing them.
Oh, you're
with that
emailing them?
information. Yeah, and I'll follow up with a call.
Yeah, just say, hey, what it would take to get potential advertisement or something like that. Just basic.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good crew. I mean, admittedly, gone are the days where like Double Midnight Comics is the absolute comic book shop in New Hampshire now.
Yeah.
It almost is starting to feel corporate for crying out loud. It's kind of crazy. But Bob at Merrimack, he's a G. He's always pushing for writers, and he's always pushing, represents a bunch of celebrities. Actually helped my dad meet Jason David Frank before he passed.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm.
Dad thought it was the greatest thing ever.
That's crazy.
So do you want to hear a secret about issue 7? There is a tribute to that meeting, as it was told to me by your father.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Talking about the bowing.
Oh
and
God, yeah,
that,
you
yeah.
have wait till you see it. Oh my God.
Mhm.
And we just because we know obviously a lot of the inside stuff, although the average reader will find it just as interesting and comical and entertaining.
Well, it's written in a way to cast honor to it without making it so bizarre that like the reader is going to need a exposition. Thank you.
Yeah.
An exposition drop. It's like. But
I would
had
always,
a lot of fun with it.
I would joke with Dad when he's talking about how proud and happy he is. He's a freaking dork about it too.
I know.
About being Captain Aura, this and that. I'm
Yeah.
like, you watch. It's gonna be a Batman Beyond situation. I'll take over the mantle. Just watch.
There you go.
There you go.
I told him I have to find a way to get him out of the costume and back like into a coaching mode.
Oh dear God.
Around ways to do it. I'm like, should I just have his hip go out like in the middle of the battle?
Wrecked.
He would be so mad at me. He'd be like, "You nerfed me, man." The one time I do a cover with Cyclopean standing over him.
Hey,
And
if
he
you
was-
want, you can joke and say, your son told me. No, okay. I might get kicked in the head.
Well, I drew him like he was at the feet of Cyclopean, knocked out, and he texts me. He goes, "Dude, you nerfed me, man." I asked around. Everybody thinks you nerfed me, so I sent him back image of a Nerf football with the Captain Aura logo, posed on it.
It's
Oh
nerf
my
or
God.
nothing.
What the hell?
It's nerf or nothing. Yeah.
You guys
It's a nice joke, Chris.
Well,
Yeah.
I love your dad in the most brotherhood kind of way. He was a big part of my teenage years, and
Yeah.
it's funny because he really is the same guy that he was. He's grown up. He's still the same guy.
no BS. Dad used to actually talk about how y'all were superheroes and whatnot, and he actually used to talk about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. I kind of blew off most of it, admittedly. Just I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, now show me your Spawn comics.
Yeah. Right?
And because he'd always have his long boxes, I'd read all of them. I got cultured up on all the good stuff.
Mhm.
But he always told me about that. I'm like, that sounds really cool. I wish I could meet some of them sometime.
Yeah.
And I said if I ever met Stacy, I would have made a Flash joke and see if he picked up on it, because he was always talking about, he's like, I was so upset I couldn't catch him, or this and that.
Stacy was like a bolt of lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I did the same thing. Like when it became obvious that your father and I were going to see each other again, right? I'm like, Diana, you got to understand, you don't know. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, you don't know, Tony. This is going to be something else. She's like,
The
what?
man's a fever dream.
Oh my God.
She was like, okay, I had no idea. I'm like, I told you.
Oh, he's so much fun. Your dad is awesome. Your mom is awesome. We have such a good
I
time.
almost died though when we went out. We're at dinner, and he reaches into his jacket. He goes, "You want to see something?" Sure. It's my action figure. Yes.
He's so happy about some of the detail work I did on that thing.
Oh,
That's
that thing is
awesome.
marvelous, man.
Yeah. It came up so good.
I do
Yeah.
a lot of miniature painting and stuff.
Do you really? Yeah.
I'm actually painting right now.
Are you? Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
Painting
good. Though.
some miniatures for the Game of Thrones Song of Ice and Fire board miniatures.
Oh,
game.
nice.
Yeah, my fiance and I are getting into it together.
That's cool.
The singer. That's what I call her. She was the young lady, short, small, and went to school to sing or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the other girl was, they were talking about her voice more. I'll forever remember your fiance as the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The singer. He's such a
Because she
nerd.
went to school for it. She went like to music school or something, right?
Yeah, she took a lot of lessons for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
There you go.
Oh, he's right.
Yeah. No.
My family is chaos incarnate, though, let me tell you.
Not your family, no way.
It's sad when I'm the sane one of the family.
Joey.
My friends and my friends who all meet my family, they're like, they for years they're always like, dude, you're the insane, what the heck's wrong with you? Or they think, because I'm so much like my dad, they just assume like they basically grow up and see that, and then they actually meet my family and they're like, how the hell are you the sane one?
Your family's a lot of fun.
Your mom strikes me as quite sane, but you remember I also hold your father in high regard too. So I'm not, I don't think he's insane. He's just he's hard.
They're fun.
He's got a focus of who he is.
Yep,
they're fun.
I love them to death. They are open nerves.
They are. They're so much fun. I never laugh. I got to tell you, your mom, I never laughed so much in all my life with any other person I've ever met than being with your mom. She cracks me up. We have so much fun together. Seriously, it's like I've known her forever.
Well, it's I'm gonna say it's because of me and Tony.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, it's because of you guys.
It's because of
because of me and Steph. No, it's got to be because of you guys.
No, it's because of us. Because see, we were like brothers growing up. You know what I'm talking about? So that kind of guy attracts a certain kind of girl.
I see.
You girls get along because that's the way it is.
I see. That's
your Titan wives. You just got to mention your Titan wives.
Joey, oh my gosh, I can't.
I'm screaming internally.
I know. Yeah. I didn't know much about this until. But
I told her all about it. She just didn't believe me.
Well, I did believe you, but I didn't know.
The night we were hanging out, she called me Moonshine. I'm like, I'm gonna have to slap her.
She said Moonshine. It's Moonstar. Sorry, they corrected me. You guys all corrected me.
Sounds like a hit. Something fierce.
You might as well have called Tony like Admiral Aura. My
No, I would
goodness.
never do that. I know it's Captain Aura. You know, I know that it is. But I am I'm very thankful for just a little bit of information you gave me. And I'm gonna do my best to reach out to them.
Good luck. I
And
genuinely hope it works out well.
yeah,
I'm always big on pushing independent
yeah,
or just in general.
yeah.
Uh,
No, I appreciate it. No,
always giving back. My specialty was primarily card games, though, but
oh, was it?
huge comic book nerd.
Uh-huh. Oh,
As I
that's
look
cool.
at my first edition, first appearances in my in my collection case.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. So that's what
So,
you collect
Joey,
is the cards, card games?
Cards I used to be really big on. I traveled internationally and was on a few pro tours for a couple games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
But
awesome.
still
I
always gonna
didn't.
be comics.
I honestly didn't realize you had this much knowledge in comics and whatnot. I saw your dad's collection, and I saw I said, oh, "Wow, he's a collector." But I didn't realize that you also had the same kind of interests.
Yeah,
well,
I got
I gotta
brainwashed.
ask
I mean,
Joey a
raised.
question.
Wow.
Joey, I gotta ask you a question. So,
Yeah.
nearly everybody at Mantown had dropped hints about what their code name might be,
hmm
but I don't have any name drops for you. You know what I'm talking about? Like, nobody said, well,
like
Joey would
nicknames.
obviously be, yeah, man. Like if we were to make a comic book adaptation.
Unsure. I always told Dad that would probably be something in regards to like I'm a big strong guy, a lot of martial arts, a lot
Yeah.
of I mean I'm still my dad's son.
Mhm.
But he was infantry, I was intelligence and tech and this and that. I'm kind of a know everything kind of guy, but I can
Uh-huh.
still throw bones.
Right.
I don't That's always been a struggle for me. Like I get overwhelmed with like how many options there are of superpowers or superpowers
I
options,
want
this
them
and that.
all.
Oh yeah, but it usually ends up going pretty basic, but with a kind of the old Marvel Conan the Barbarian comics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've heard of it. My son
Love
liked it.
I love the fact that Conan was like a big strong guy and all, but like
Mhm.
the majority of his fights, like yeah, that helped him. It was an asset, but the majority of fights or encounters he had to be like smart, quick on his feet,
Yeah.
and overcome like challenges, like whatever. That's the kind of vibe I've always enjoyed for comics.
Okay. So there you go, Chris. Did you get all that?
Well, I'm letting it simmer because what'll happen is I'll start dripping out stuff.
Yeah. You will too.
Like poor Eric. Eric gave me he didn't give me an idea. He told me about a character, and man, I wrote him. I'm like, dude, if you're willing, I'll play with this character. Like I got all sorts of ideas drumming up now.
I threw an idea at Dad that he's like, son of a bitch, that actually sounded good.
Mhm.
Was
Yeah.
So in I think it was book one where book one or when Aura puts on the gauntlets like old tech but it still works and this and that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking, well, Dad was kind of like his era. I was kind of in my era. How messed up would it be like to see what the tech would be nowadays, like especially the newer
Ooh.
generation? And
Yeah,
there would
it
not
would
be an
be-
over reliance, but more of a reliance on the technology, and but there's kind of that conflict of it at the same time. I don't know. I threw that idea. He's like, son of a bitch, that's good.
Well, we'll mess with something. It's just a matter of figuring out what it should be.
Well, it's a
And
good-
it comes organically. It's like, when I try to write something, it's much harder than when I just put something on the burner and let it kind of simmer.
Facts.
I don't even know if that makes sense to people, but
No,
like
it does.
if you let it sit there, all of a sudden you'll start thinking about, there it is.
yeah.
I would quickly develop in a writer's block for me when that happens.
I wish I could, but sometimes, the answers to writer block is just really bad writing, and you just got to work through it.
In other words, he doesn't stop writing.
Yeah, sometimes it's just bad, and that's where your wife has to go. It's cute, but no.
I've done so much writing for being a dungeon master for D&D since I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
So I've been just nonstop having to figure this out, that out.
Yeah.
And I get overwhelmed by it nowadays. I'm just like, I just want to do what's in front of me. Yeah, writer's block sucks. And I'm afraid of running into some of the old tropes.
Oh yeah. Well, me, it's funny because I'll take a trope and mess with it, and by the time I'm done, like it's twisted up and mangled, and it becomes something else. And
Oh, jealous.
I don't know. Like I told Diana, I don't really think of myself as a writer. I think of myself more as like a creator. And that sounds it's the same thing, but it's not. Like I can't sit down with a typewriter and just write the same way that I can write when I sit down doing thumbnails and working out a script. And
You have a lot of visual component to your writing.
yeah, it's a different process.
Yeah.
It's still storytelling, but it's not done in the same, structured, double spaced, paragraphed. And Diana's like, well, you should write. I'm like, I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, it is different because you'd have to draw pictures of everything that you were going to write. That's kind of how you do it.
Yeah, if only George R. R. Martin could finish up his writing.
Oh, isn't that Game of Thrones guy?
Yeah, I'm working on Game of
Yeah.
Thrones 20s right now,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm frustrated.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't finished it, has he?
He has 1,200 pages done of Winds of Winter, and it's been to the editor like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, God.
And he's like, and I got one more left. I'm like, dude, it's been like almost 15 years from the last book release.
I was going to
A
say.
whole show got released since it, and kind of large and kind of old and a little unhealthy. Dude, are you gonna make it?
Oh my gosh, that's so true though.
You know
It's
what
like
I think is
that's
crazy?
supposed to be his legacy, and he's gone on a win. He's like, I don't have long in this world. I want this to be my thing. He's like almost more focused on the backstory of
Wow.
his universe and world rather than like the actual story itself at this point.
Yeah.
And he's also been like really depressed over Twitter or whatever, and it's like negative writing. So I don't know.
It's got to be weird because he got success. See, it's weird when I think when people get huge success and then they try to go back to what they were doing. When you're creating because
true.
you're hungry, there's like a different fire. And then once you've gotten the millions and you've gone to Europe and you've got, you've got your family life is all happy, whether it was, whatever it is, the millions make you feel better. And then they say, oh yeah, you still got to do more. You got to finish the story. And he's like, oh yeah, when are we going to the Bahamas? Maybe I'll write some while we're there. It's like, I don't know if that's the case for him, but I think that's.
No, that absolutely makes sense. Like the hungry wolf gets the meal. So.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, I'm not going to go hunting the same way. Maybe I'll just hire a ghostwriter. Yeah.
Well, nowadays, what's gotten a lot of people, this is going to be really weird of all the sources bringing up, but my fiance does the standard, where she better be in the room. Yep. My fiance does the standard basic white girl thing. She's looking at me cross-armed now, of reading a crap ton of smut books. And what I've learned in my research, because I take such passion and love into what she's into, I found out that a majority of those writers nowadays are actually using speech-to-text correction AI software.
Probably.
So they're just saying a lot of the phrases, and they're able to pump out a lot of that. But I mean, George Martin legit uses a typewriter still to this day and works on DOS. I'm like, holy crap.
Well, the way AI is going along, the basic like writer artist thing is going to die off by and large. A lot of the people who are just I don't know. If you're pretending, it's going to wipe you away. If you're not dedicated, you're not going to survive. Because the only thing we'll have to sell on our work on is, we're human.
I would
This
put money
is-
that man still has a pager.
Which one, Martin?
Martin. Yep.
Oh yeah. You don't think
I
he has
grew-
a cell phone? Come on.
Oh no, he probably does, but just for the
Oh,
sake of
also
carrying
has
it.
a pager.
Oh yeah, probably for like very important or probably fan mail or something. Where's Winds of Winter? Pager.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, growing up as a kid, I thought that was one of the coolest things. Then I grew up and they are already like way generations ahead. I'm like, but I thought this was cool.
Pagers were cool, man. They well, obviously
They were
everybody
sleek.
experienced it. With the tech we have now is just better versions of it. But it was so cool to get a message like, you get a phone number, and the thing is, people would plan stuff. Okay, I'll text you this number when it's time to do this, and you'd have a whole plan, and you'd wait for basically the code to come over, and all
Yep.
right, here we go. Time to get moving. We're going to the mall.
My favorite instance of that was actually in Boondock Saints. So
Really?
they ended up getting the code and they put everything up for a pager. And they ended up using a payphone to call into the voicemail.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, it was on the Russian mobster's body after they threw toilet on him off the roof.
Oh my God.
The movie.
Oh, so guys, it's
That's crazy.
9:30,
Yeah. You got to get going.
and I am fading
get
fast. I hate to say that.
Morning comes so quick. I hate, I love Sundays, but I hate them because then I have to go back to work.
It's the Lord's Day. What are you talking about? It's the best.
Well, that's what I mean. But then I have to work in the morning, which I'm very thankful for.
Yeah,
love
she
my
does
job.
that every Sunday. She does that. Oh God, I gotta go to work tomorrow. The only thing I don't like about work is it's I love working. It's just hard to work in something for someone else. The older we get, the more we want to do what we want to do, and you just got to do what you got to do. Still, it's always that we always want to do what we want to do, but you got to do what you got to do.
That's what we're going to end on. Wait, let's end on something better than that.
Better than that.
Yes.
You can't always get what you want, but if you look sometime, you get what you need.
That's a good one. We'll end on that.
Is that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, well, finally was
Joey,
able
this
to
is where-
get back into this. So
I know. I'm glad you came on. It's what? We love having intelligent young people talk to us about stuff that they know that they can. You're sharing your wisdom with some people who are unwise in a lot of areas. So I appreciate it. I should not say people. I should say me. I'm so
She
sorry,
needs to
Chris.
say me. She's like, you're telling this dummy what we need to do. Thank you.
it's all good. I primarily end up listening when it's on my phone. Didn't want to play with that.
Yeah.
And I conveniently enough was on my computer trying to grab some military documents.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, show's on. Might
Yeah.
as well try
Hop
jumping
in.
in.
You're always welcome. And truly, now that maybe you can show your dad sometime. Every time I've talked to him, he gets lost. And I'm like, okay, last time I was there, it didn't even come up because, of course, we were just having a good time.
Can't
And I
teach an
figured
old
it'd be
dog
that-
new tricks.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
If he had a stand-up computer, it would
Yeah.
be much easier for him. I could guide him, show him. Hell,
Yeah.
I'd do a spreadsheet for him.
Right.
But it's not gonna.
yeah,
It's gonna be kind of a tough sale for him.
Is he
I-
only
I
on his phone, right?
He is only on his phone, and every time I see him, he won't admit it. I go, Dad, why is your phone going so slow? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, is it the battery? No. How many tabs do you have open? About 99.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He's one of those. Oh no.
He is, and he doesn't understand. I have to teach him every so often. I'm like, you have to do this.
Well,
Well,
I do basic tech work, and that is probably the single biggest problem I run into with people who don't understand. You know, you don't need to have 1,000 tabs open. I've had users with like tabs they haven't touched in a year, but they need it because in case they need to order that item again. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, I need to know where to get it. Dear God, close the tab.
Yeah.
Like they've done updates and Google has reopened them. You know how Google will refresh the tabs?
Oh yeah, and God
I'm like,
forbid if it opens up like extra folders, like if you end up going on a site that adds extras without you knowing.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, they do all sorts of stuff and then they call me and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let's clean this up. Let's
That
sort
is
it out.
so
Get rid
funny.
of those extensions, get rid of this, get
That's
rid of
so
that.
funny. But you guys,
But
like,
it is kind of funny because if everybody just, you know, knew what to do, then I probably wouldn't have a job, you know, because I
yeah.
do a very basic service line. It's beautiful. I don't have to worry about human lives or big corporate money, you know. That's the
Mm.
two things in tech that are really, you know, major important.
Mhm.
Me, I just make sure that things are running just right.
Well, I'll let you guys sleep.
All right.
By all means, also, if you guys ever need anything, curiosities, go ahead. You all know how to contact me, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, Joe. Thank you so much for coming
And
in.
if
Thank
you
you
see your
for
dad, tell him we said hi.
yeah.
I'll be seeing them.
Tomorrow,
I'll be
maybe?
seeing them on Wednesday.
Yeah.
They got a Mantown birthday party for me.
Oh, when's your birthday?
For you?
16th. Yeah.
Ooh, another March baby. Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome.
Turning 31. Yay.
Oh my gosh. Here we
Congratulations.
go. And he creeping up the old ladder. But you know what? It's the 30s were like some of my best years, so enjoy them.
Yeah.
Boys too. Yeah, I most of the time.
Yeah, I keep on looking at my daughter this morning. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is supposed to be like my best time of my life, and then she kicks me in the nuts.
Of course. She is your
How old is
child.
she?
What did you expect?
She's gonna be 2 in April.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a
I can't
blessing,
believe it.
brother.
Yeah, and she's adorable. She is so cute. So cute. So all right. Well, I'm gonna scoot out of here. Thank you again,
I'm gonna
Joe, for coming
pull
in.
this up.
All right. God bless you guys.
Look at that. Is the Mantown stuff. But I'm gonna bring it over here so I can just run the ad at the end of the chicken attack. Ha ha ha.
Nice. What a way to
Yeah, I
go out.
love the chicken attack. All right. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna play the Cyclopean ad, but I had to scan through all that because I never set up the ending film. I just pulled to the end of the opening. All right, so guys, we'll catch you tomorrow night. Thank you, Joey, and everybody else out there. And here we go.
Wait.